Namaste students. Today we are going to start the 12th chapter of physics, friction. So let's start. Topics to be covered in the lesson are friction, factors affecting friction, types of friction. Under this we'll discuss static friction, rolling friction, sliding friction and fluid friction. So the first question that will come to your mind is, what is friction? Because the entire lesson is all about friction. Now, in our previous lesson, while we talking about different types of forces and mentioned about contact and non-contact force. And that is where I discussed about the frictional force or force of friction as an example of contact force. Children, look at this picture. What do you observe? Yes, a person is applying pushing force to move the almirah. And the force of friction acts in a direction opposite to that of the applied force. So, when we push an object lying on the floor with a small amount of force, it does not move at all. It means that the surface of the floor on which the object is resting exerts some forces on the object which acts in a direction that is opposite to the force of our push. Now, what about the ball? A moving ball on the ground stops after covering a certain distance because of the force of friction that acts between the ball and the ground. Do you know why brake pads used in brake system of bicycles? If we stop pedaling a bicycle, it gradually slows down and comes to a stop due to force of friction between the wheel and the root. So, what is friction? From the examples, we can infer that friction is the force which resists the relative motion of surfaces. Friction force always applies in the opposite direction of movement. Friction is applied when two surfaces in contact move relative to each other. What are the factors that affect friction? The factors that affect frictions are: the first factor is the irregularities of a surface. If we move an object which has an irregular or rough surface on another surface, which is also irregular, the force of friction will be high in this case, and the movement of the object would be restricted. The second factor is the regularity of a surface or its smoothness. If the surface of the object are smooth, the force of friction would be less, and the object would move easily over the surface. Even smooth surfaces have a certain irregularity. Now, as we can see, in case of smooth surface, there is low friction with small push. And in case of rough surface, there is high friction with big push. Now the third factor is if two surfaces are pressed hard. The force of friction increases between two surfaces if they are pressed hard, and hence the movement of the object becomes restricted. However, if there is no pressure, the object can easily move. So, friction is more if the surface are pressed harder. and the friction is less if the surfaces are not pressed harder. Now we shall learn about types of friction. Frictions are generally divided into four types. They are static friction, rolling friction, sliding friction, and fluid friction. Let us discuss one by one. What is static friction? As we can see, a boy is trying to push on the box to keep it moving. The force required to overcome friction at the instant an object starts moving from rest. And this is a measure of static friction. So, the frictional force that comes into play until an object starts moving is called static friction. An object must overcome the static friction force in order to start its movement. Force of static friction is equal to applied force. Static friction ends with the beginning of sliding friction. Let us perform an activity to understand what is rolling friction. It is very simple activity. So by looking at this picture, you might be able to do this activity in your home itself. What you have to do is just take a few pencils like shown in this picture, which should be in cylindrical shape. It should not have any pattern like a triangular shape or anything else. It should be a perfect cylindrical shape. So place few pencils on the table, and above that you just place a thick book on the pencils. Now push the book. Once you push the book, you can observe that the pencils also move along with the book. So the pencils start to roll as the book moves. And you will find it very easy to move the book in this particular manner. So what is the reason behind this? It is because of the resistance to the motion of the book has been reduced. So from the activity, we can conclude that rolling friction is the friction when one body rolls over the surface of another body. This force slows down the motion of a rolling object. This opposing force comes into play when one body rolls over the surface of another body. Now let us come to the next type of friction, that is sliding friction. This is the friction which comes into play whenever an object moves along the surface of another object. Such a movement is called slide. Hence, sliding friction is the force that opposes the movement or slide of an object. For example, when you go down the slide, you create sliding friction. So children, from the three types of friction, we came to know that rolling friction is less than sliding friction and sliding friction is less than static friction. So this was all about the frictions in case of solid. Then what about liquids and gases? Gases and liquids are generally known as fluid. Similar to solid, fluids also provide friction that is called fluid friction. When an object moves in a fluid, The fluid exerts a friction upon the object is known as fluid friction. It is also called air friction when the medium travels in air, and viscous friction when the medium travels in water. The frictional force offered by fluids is called drag. For example, the shape of aeroplane, birds, and fish are made streamlined shape. A shape which is pointed on both ends and wide at the middle is called streamlined. Shape which facilitates easier movement through fluids. Children, let us recollect all the points what we learned today. Friction opposes the relative motion between two surfaces in contact. It acts on both the surfaces. Friction depends on the nature of the surfaces in contact. For a given pair of surfaces, friction depends upon the state of smoothness of those surfaces. Friction depends on how hard the two surfaces press together. Static friction comes into play when we try to move an object at rest. Sliding friction comes with play when an object is sliding over another. Sliding friction is smaller than static friction. Fluid friction is a friction that acts on objects that are moving through a fluid. Fluid friction can be minimized by giving suitable shapes to bodies moving in fluid.